and welcome to Dungeons and DankMemes, a fantasy role-playing show. My name is Connor Collins, Dungeon Master for the show, and I'll be leading our party through the adventure and peril to be found in the land of Irden. We are playing Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, but be warned, there will be some house rulings. The show is just getting started, and for now we'll be in YouTube and podcast formats with live streaming close on the horizon. You can find more information about the show at dandankmemes.com. The link to the site and a bunch of other information can be found in the thingy below the video, or for the podcast, in the episode description. And now to the show. We hope you'll adventure with us. Enjoy. Okay.
I really wanted to say Jack Frostbottom.
Welcome to Dungeons and DankMemes, where us nerdy people get together to play in a world of fantasy and adventure.
Is that why we're here?
It is.
Oh.
Oh, I thought this was AA.
So you brought your beer?
Let me take my beer with me.
Is that normally how you enter into AA? You're like,
Yeah, it's been real awkward.
yeah, they may not.
I don't actually come for the meetings, I just come to hang out.
I take my flagon with me. It's really best to let them know who's boss. Yes, sir.
So that's a good way
Very
to start,
sad.
making fun of substance dependency. But let's get right
AA,
down.
please sponsor us.
That's not a bad idea. AA, we got you covered. Okay.
I'm not
So-
sure. I feel like we might drive people to drink. I don't think it would be helpful.
No, the idea is that
Hey gang, has the show made you depressed? Are you drinking too much?
the hope was the opposite, that
AA.
instead of alcohol, they could come to this fun show.
Doing a terrible job.
But now we've reminded... Anyway, moving right along.
Please.
Okay.
This is actually vodka.
Okay. In our last session, our 6 adventurers escaped... Whoa. I forgot to change some of the wording on that. Because that wasn't the last session.
Just say in our last session.
In 2 sessions ago,
In our 2 sessions ago session.
which is the actual way you say that,
Yes.
our adventurers escaped with from the Northgate Fortress with the help of Brada and his bugbear companions. After the sun went down, they stopped for a rest and were ambushed by a creature from the deep. One of the bugbears was immediately killed and dragged beneath the tide. The party attacked the creature as they fled, with Brada leading the charge. Yeah, you partied. As you
The Barty
fled.
Party.
Yeah, he's the Barty one.
Got it.
They just called it a concert.
They were able to get away without any more casualties up onto the higher ground of the Loneth Highlands. Brada led them into a cornfield where, moments after entering the field, and for the first time that night, a wind picked up for a long gust, the entire field seeming to flow like an ocean, pressing down onto the players, disorienting them, and when they regained their footing, Brada, the bugbears, and Tehran were missing.
I did not miss them.
I see how it is.
And the adventurers were no longer in that field, but in a wood. A wood they didn't recognize, and the sun didn't rise that night, as it should have. And the moon circled around them as if it were lassoed to their position. The entire landscape, when they looked around, had changed drastically. Some of the structures, like mountains and general landscape features, were somewhat the same, but Mount Drennan had become a volcano, a fire mountain, as they call it in these parts.
Do they, though?
They do.
Honestly, like, yeah, like when you were like,
universe.
oh, I think I called it a fire mountain, I was like, oh, that's what they call volcanoes here? Cool.
NBD.
They do.
Sure.
Volcano has been used a lot as a word to describe the thing I meant, so I kind of used a new
Oh,
one.
because it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
what it's called.
I mean, like, I
wanna
assume
steal
that they
any
don't
ideas,
have
right?
the god Vulcan around here, right? So.
I I gotta change some content. They encountered a beautiful woman who turned out to be a hag in disguise.
I don't like it when you refer to me like that.
She disappears after some hostility against her, and the players headed toward the White Tower they had seen, a tower that stood in the place where the Magisterium had been previously. They had to dip down into a swamp to make their way toward the tower, where they found a hut and met the hag again. After some riddles and a strange transaction, the players obtained a silver lantern that held a pixie. The party made it to the clearing where they could see that white tower surrounded by a tall white wall, and at the edge of the tower, Esteban had solved the riddle of the lantern, and Irden, the pixie, was released. So that's basically where we've been. So we're going to jump right in. I'm going to set the scene. You hear the familiar sounds of the forest at night around you. The air is cold and dry, and though you recognize these things, again, something is strange about it all. Uncanny. And the icy blue moon still sitting in the sky, same as when you've arrived here, which is disorienting as you're used to every day the sun coming up, and this has been the first time it has not. Ahead of you, across the shrubby clearing, the White Tower stands, walled in and perfectly still, glowing with the light of the moon. In every other direction around you are woods lit sparsely with moonlight, and the occasional dim colored light appearing and disappearing without a sound. Irden, the small pixie, dressed in greens and browns, sword still drawn, just staring at you all. Where's Hilda?
In the bog?
The witch?
Are you Hilda? It's okay. Don't be scared. Are you Hilda?
I'm Irden.
He does not know who he is.
He just said he was Irden.
But he thinks he's Hilda.
I'm not Hilda.
See, he seems
My name's
confused.
Irden.
No, we rescued you just now. Let me rephrase. I rescued you just now.
So, you killed her?
No.
The hag is dead?
No. I just took the thing you were trapped in. It's fine.
Wait.
It's not a big deal.
That doesn't make any sense. She wouldn't just let me go.
I mean, I said I took it.
Are you valuable?
Do you love her? She said that it was not going to work out between you two.
No, I definitely don't love her. Definitely not.
Good, because she had you imprisoned in a little...
And she's
lantern.
like way too old for him, if we're being like real honest.
Like maybe some other people that are in this group currently.
I don't see it.
He's just looking around at all of you like real confused
Hey,
and says,
That feeling you're feeling right now is kind of what we feel like all the time.
Or mostly just him.
"Where did you guys come from?"
Another relevant and excellent question.
Lannis? Have you heard of it?
No.
very different from here. Well, they're
Wait,
not too different.
did we already roll to know if we were in the Feywild? Do we know we're in the Feywild?
I think
That's like
we
metagaming, obviously.
deduced that we were in the Feywild.
You basically have guessed. No one's really come out and said, "I think we're in the Feywild." Or
I
in the
mean,
Fey.
hags and pixies and...
But
Alternate
these
planes,
are
blah, blah,
like
blah.
the fairy stories that
Yeah.
you might have been told around fires or...
Well, I'm sorry, what I meant more was like, do our characters like know for sure, like,
No.
we're cool at being in the Feywild, like this is great, or are we like having an existential crisis of like, holy shit, this is real, oh my
That
god!
sounds like a
I feel like
personal
that's
choice.
yeah, up to you, really.
Let me
Yeah.
tell you what you feel about what's happening.
Yeah.
No.
How does Bernard feel about, fairy tales? It's the real question.
Yeah.
He has blue hair.
Think on
so
that one.
That doesn't
He's
qualify
kinda-
Does
that.
that, I don't know.
It's
is
kind of
that-
cool with like out there shit, I guess. No, but like,
I thought he was
normal
just like
things
a
in Lonith,
punk kid.
right? Like if some of
Don't
us are
die.
from Lonith or whatever, like a lot of this stuff has been repressed, right? So that's what I'm thinking is like, do we know it exists? Do we just think it's a story?
So
Yeah, what do we know about the Feywild?
That's what I'm saying.
It's like stories in our world where like sometimes you'll read a fairy story and like sometimes people will think like I don't know, you see films and it's like, oh, like fairies are in it, and the idea is that potentially this world could exist in parallel with ours. Those stories still exist in this world. And it's not like Loneth is anti stories of different kinds.
Okay.
So these stories still exist and are circulated.
But it's
We
not
just
like
think they're
the wizard
stories.
down the street goes to the Feywild all the time and brings shit back.
So we would just
Definitely
think
not.
it was stories.
Exactly.
Okay.
And you might, if you, like, there might be, like, a few people in Loneth that either are actually crazy or are not crazy, but those are the only people that might talk about it as if it were actually real.
Got it.
Most of the people are just like, these are stories. I guess it could exist, like, magic exists,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, it's like
So it's like
I believe in wizards and all the things that they do, but fairies, no, like that. No.
it's sort of like a proximity thing where,
Sure.
like, they can see the Magisterium Tower. Like, they've probably seen magic done.
Sure.
But they've never interacted with the Fae.
Got it.
So,
Got it. Okay. That helps me. Thank you.
Yep. So he's looking around at all of you.
Can,
So, where did you come from?
we're from Loneth. Can you tell us where we are?
Well, you're near the White Tower.
No
Got-
shit.
We got.
Is that its real name? Because like that's what I guessed its name was, but like does it have a real name?
That's it.
Wow, that's creative.
Nice guess.
Use some marketing campaigns.
It's marketing.
Let me help you. I'm a businessman. But first, I think we'd all like to go home. Is that a fair poll?
I don't know. If we go home, we
party?
belong to Brada, so...
Who knows where he is though?
Who's Brada? Which one of you?
No,
he's not here.
we ditched him.
Or he died.
Or he
I
died.
Really, we have
That
no
would be
idea.
That'd be
preferable.
great.
I don't like the idea of somebody owning you all.
I mean, like,
Yeah, me
technically we
neither.
own you, so,
Either.
like,
No, we
it's, you know,
don't.
that's
You
kind of
don't. You don't
relative.
have any stake in this.
You're literally holding his cage.
Which we
Yeah.
he let him out
I
of.
just let him out of a cage.
Oh, okay, that's
I
fair.
figured the puzzle, so if anyone has a stake in this, it's me.
You have stake?
You let me out.
Yes, I did.
I like you.
Thank you.
I owe you something.
Yeah.
A girlfriend.
I mean, that'd be nice. I'm in the market.
What's a girlfriend?
Oh, this is gonna be a long trip. I thought we eat the pixie.
What?
No,
I'm
please.
seconded.
Stop.
He's kidding.
I am not.
Lash is
a bad
seriously thinking about it.
I've always wanted to try something this
Just
small.
don't
Look, I just take
go
this
too
milk,
close
just
to
do it.
him.
Like how?
Okay.
Yeah.
Take it.
Do those wings look they'd be good breaded and fried? Is what I want to know.
That wasn't in character, right? Otherwise, he would just,
No.
his face just goes.
You lean over to him. Hey, your wings taste done.
Excuse me, Pixie. How succulent would you say?
Scale 1 to 10.
No, that was not in character.
Probably not very succulent. Too small.
We don't know. Maybe he's thick.
Two C's.
Yeah. At least 2 C's.
All right.
Anyway,
So,
I get. Actually, I want to make a perception check. Do I think he looks delicious?
Oh god.
It's gonna be a 16.
He kind of looks like an insect to you.
That's good. Really good.
I am reptilian.
Sure. So, it would be that sort of category of food for you, and he looks like a snack.
okay.
You looking like a snack. Alright.
Regardless, question for Eldon. What is the White Tower?
Honestly, I don't know. I've never been inside.
Wait, you guys can
Yeah, we should eat him. He's not eating himself.
Don't
No.
That was OOC.
It was not for me.
American accent? That's OOC.
I do know that magic protects it. But-
What kind of magic?
I've
I don't really know.
Eldon, you're not really giving us like a lot of things to keep you alive for, bud. Like, look, I'm on your side. I don't want to eat you.
Why do we need to
But-
kill him?
You are literally the one that brought it up.
Vuka, whose side are you on?
I want him to trust me so I can eat him.
Eldon.
Yes.
Why are you here?
Well,
I think we brought him.
No, like, why do you exist? What is your deal?
That's a big
He suddenly like starts wearing a lot of black and smoking cigarettes.
he gets real thoughtful, just like
No,
sits
he's
there.
smoking cloves.
He just goes and
Wait,
sits
I
on the
have a
beach
question.
and watches the waves.
I have a question for Eldon. What were you doing before the hag caught you?
collecting swamp flowers for my lady.
Also, your girlfriend.
Oh, no, I still don't know what that is.
Like your lady.
Is she a girl?
Is that what girlfriend
Is she your
means?
friend?
Then yes, I understand.
Is your lady like your lady because you serve her in some sort of capacity?
Yes.
Oh, that kind of lady.
Yeah, so
Never
like
mind.
it's his girlfriend. That's what that
Accurate.
He's like nodding. I understand what girlfriend means now. Yes.
Oh no.
Accurate.
We're gonna accidentally
he,
start
like,
like a
fluttering
men's
in
rights
the air?
activist.
Yes,
group in this
he's
world.
just
How high?
he's at general eye level, so there's gonna be some variance there, but probably like at Esteban's eye level. Being
tall
that
is that?
Esteban
Yeah, how
was-
tall is Esteban?
7'9".
5 something. He's average
something?
height.
5'10".
That's 5'8".
Worldwide.
Worldwide's 5'10", okay?
Appearance.
No, what?
Yes.
No, it's
Oh,
not.
I don't have. Where's his?
No, it is
No,
not.
that's the
Look it up.
He's like 5'6", I think.
Okay, so we'll
Luca
just
is
say
3'5". How long are my arms?
oh, God.
Not, you can't reach out.
Not long enough.
If you jumped, you could probably you think you could grab onto his feet.
I feel like goblins are springy, right?
I mean,
Yes,
probably depends on the goblin.
I'm very springy.
Hey, Eldon, where's your lady? Where does she reside?
Is Vuka like a good high school athlete? And
She's
Look
in
at
our
goblin
wood.
go
high.
to any
Are we
sort
doing
of
that again?
formal-
How,
Even high,
how
goblin
far
high.
is the wood?
He kind of like looks around to get his bearings. Says, "That way, 25 minutes."
Is that the way we came from?
It's so you guys were traveling south, you think, based on comparing the landscape of the Loneth region to this landscape. So the bog was kind of southward toward the White Tower, and then he points kind of northeast.
Okay,
So
it's
that's
a
kind of
different one.
in the direction of Mount Drennan a bit, and away from the city of Loneth.
I still don't understand why the hag had you in the first place. You just were up in her biz, or
She's evil.
no? I got that.
I hate her.
What was she gonna
I
do
just
with
think
you?
She's gonna eat us.
I don't know. Some people can't be
How
reasonable.
long were you in that thing?
I don't really know. Maybe days? It's hard to tell when you're in there. Have you ever been in one of those?
On like a cage?
Well, yes.
Yeah.
This one's very dark.
Okay.
You can't see or feel anything.
Are you a little messed up, man? Are you okay?
Do you need to talk?
I think I'm gonna be alright. I mean, I have all of you now, and this is very interesting.
Do you know if we can get into the
Yes, he
tower
needs to talk.
right now, or you said it's protected by magic?
It is. We
So-
can try.
Really? You're just like
Or
gonna
like
go
we're
with
not gonna
us,
be like
or-
burned
you-
alive if we try to go in through the.
Well, I feel somewhat indebted, but if I can help, I will.
I'm just wondering if we can go into the tower right now, or if maybe we should go see this lady.
I think we're here. We should explore the tower. I'm curious about Fey magic. It's like the thing that
I'm just worried
interested in.
about the protected by magic. But yeah,
I
let's
mean,
try.
Yeah. And then maybe the lady will help us out of service
If
or
we
something.
can. Okay.
Do you have any skills?
Proficiencies.
A
What are we looking at
resume,
stat block wise, dog?
resume you can show us.
What are you capable
Did you bring like
my
Xeroxes
character
of your
card.
character sheet, or
It's
what's
like a
up?
business card, but it's a character
Yeah.
card. No. He like waves his sword. He's like, I'm good with this.
You're too
Yeah, but it's like, how big is this thing?
He kind of like all of a sudden gets self-conscious, like, right.
It's much, much smaller than average.
I'm pretty quick though. I'm
It's more like
fast,
the motion
and I can
than
fly.
the size.
Look, I can fly. And he kind of like flies around a bit, lands up in a tree, says, see, I can get much higher, much faster than any of you.
It's true.
How tall is he?
About 7 inches.
Okay. So his sword is probably
that's
like
bigger than average.
an inch.
It's kind of like a toothpick.
Yeah. Thanks, Devin.
It's like
I mean, that pitch was right down the middle, and
Are you feeling a little
you
bit
swung at it. I mean, I guess.
real defensive over there, buddy. Real defensive.
I guess shooter's gonna shoot. I guess. But thanks for taking the low hanging fruit.
Alright.
We've got more jokes on the banned list than on the okay list at this point.
So you get the sense that now...
Why did you say low hanging fruit after that?
Oh, yeah. Talk about it, right?
Well, I mean, he's up in a tree now. He's probably not that high, and we do want to eat him. So
I don't like it when you talk in your American accent. Or at least Eldon doesn't.
he doesn't
can't
hear
hear it.
this.
He can't hear American accent.
Apparently, he's capable of metagaming.
Yeah.
We are.
His character card says metagaming.
That's why he has the character card on it.
Eldon can cast the break fourth wall cantrip.
At will, apparently.
Yeah,
Damn.
it's not great for us.
So now up on the branch of the tree, he's kind of been put on the spot to impress you that he's actually useful. So he kind of turns, and a green, like he's put away his sword at this point, and a green light kind of begins to glow from his hands. He says, watch. And he kind of like touches the branch of the tree, and like a new branch comes out of it quickly and blooms into like a completely different kind of like branch, leaf, and flower comes out of the side of this branch, like fully connected to the tree. So he's just made it grow out of nothing. He says, and this one's fun. And he puts his hands forward, kind of like, and they start to glow more white, and snow just begins to pour out of his hands like snowflakes.
Lush politely applauds.
I do too.
And
not
he stops and does a little flourish. Thank you. And then flies back down close to you.
So, question then. There's a wall around the tower, right? You said a wall around the tower.
You can see it. It's right there.
Right. And
Wait, how far from Tower are we?
yeah.
200 feet.
Okay.
The clearing.
It's right fucking there.
So
You can see it.
well,
As you'll see if you look with your eyes like a person would.
so where we stopped last time is you guys were all at the edge of the clearing,
Yeah.
and there's like a perfect circular clearing
Right.
around
Yeah.
this tower. So you guys can see the 200 feet to the tower, the wall, the tower itself, but all around you is kind of forested.
So, Alden, could you... Eldon.
Hey, Chris.
Yep. That's what I wrote. Can you make a tree grow, like, next to the wall, and then we could use it to get over the wall? And then it's, like, natural, so it's not really trespassing.
I feel like the trespassing part is when we go over the wall.
He kind of gets a mischievous grin.
It's a natural entrance. I'm trying to be lawful.
He gets a mischievous grin. I don't care about trespassing. That sounds fun.
Well, I do. I care.
Oh, I don't care about trespassing either. This is my jam.
Well,
I'm a thief now.
I love to trespass.
Stealing stuff and trespassing's my jam.
That's like my literal job.
I like the idea that like you're a really good thief, but you don't actually ever take anything. You just like going into buildings
Now I'm level 3.
and looking around.
Shit now.
You're just like, yeah, I love to break and enter, but then I just look around. And
I just rearrange their furniture to more practical fashions.
Listen,
more like
feng
a
shui
voyeur.
is my calling.
sometimes
Why is this couch here? It doesn't belong here.
Sometimes I play a little prank. I like, move their Kleenex box.
Tie their car keys.
Your business card is secret interior designer.
It's really hard to make money this way. But They say do what you love.
He's getting arrested for it.
Oh my god.
That's what you were doing when you got nabbed.
They never press charges because they're happy with the change.
But it's so hard to explain. To the authorities.
Okay.
The cops never want to hear that part
Never
of it, though.
get it.
So,
Alright.
so he says, "Well, I could. It might take a little while, but I might be
how
able
long?
A vine would be easier.
Yeah, how about
You could get a
Okay.
vine to
Maybe.
go up the wall.
You get something that like
Could support
he
the
can
weight of-
climb.
A very large dragon man.
You are quite large. I could probably do it. It might take some time.
I mean, I'm
Cool, do we need to take a short rest?
Maybe 5 minutes.
great.
Oh, yeah.
That's less than a short
Super long
rest.
time.
Okay.
What? It's a plan.
Great.
He darts off, flying across the field, and begins like green light at the base of the wall. And a vine just begins to go up, and then as he kind of like has it grow, as it reaches the top, he goes back down and like he kind of looks back at Lash. Are you guys like walking across the field now?
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
Okay, so he looks back at you, kind of like it looks like he's measuring you almost.
Does he want to paint me like one of his French girls?
No, he's like Devin. He has to measure you.
That's a good goof.
No, that was in context to something else earlier.
Uh-huh.
No, I know.
Yeah, to clarify, he literally checked how tall I was.
That's right. I was there for that conversation, and I was still like, what?
I was like, oh no.
We get bored at work sometimes. That's a joke.
That's
We're never bored at work.
No, we're never. We're
That's
very busy.
real
We
encouraging.
work a lot. Oh, uh-huh.
We're never bored at work. And
We're the best working workers.
Also, I need a raise.
Me too.
Kinda.
So it is. Yeah, he kind of like trying to figure out how strong to make the vine, basically, and just
Strong.
continues to the vine increases in size, and kind of the branches that come out from it go out further and further, and then he kind of turns as you all kind of walk up to the wall and says, "Well, I think it'll work. It's climbable, I think."
I suppose I should probably test it. Everyone,
Good question. Did we bother to knock on the door? Or are we just gonna do this?
I assume
Hey,
there wasn't
Hey,
one.
Eldon, is there a door in this wall? You're familiar with this place.
I'm not very familiar. It's actually not many people go near it.
Oh. How long would
Why?
it take you to fly around this thing?
It's said to be cursed. That's the magical protection piece that I mentioned.
Oh, cool.
How
You
long would it take
didn't
you to
say
go?
How far
curse.
away?
Those are two
Oh.
different
yes.
things. One has one connotation.
It's sorry. Sometimes when I say things, it's not how I don't remember everything.
Quite so. I'm gonna use Divine Sense again. See what's
Okay, remind me
what's
exactly.
around. Anything undead, celestial, fey, desecrated, or hallowed within 60 feet of me that is not behind full cover, I can sense.
List them again.
Undead, celestial, fey, desecrated, hallowed.
Okay, so everything super fey.
Right, but is anything like
Fey.
desecrated?
That's all that you pick up is
Alright.
fey energy. There are concentrations of it on the wall, on the tower,
Yeah.
and especially like pouring forth from the base level center of the tower. You can't see, like with your eyes, past that, but you feel the sense of it, all that power coming forth.
Yeah,
So everything's pretty fey. This real fey.
seems fine.
How long, Eldon, would it take you to do a perimeter circle around the wall?
So the wall itself is it's probably like 100 feet diameter. So it probably would only take a couple of minutes to do the whole thing.
Great,
if
can you go
that.
look for a door?
Sure. Yes. Of course.
Alright.
Of course.
I'm gonna like tug on the vine, see if it's
After we make a vine.
feeling
I didn't
solid.
think there was one, but
What
he
are
brought
you
it up.
saying about not owning him?
I'm just asking for favors.
Anyway, yeah, I actually am. I'm not gonna wait for a moment. I'm actually gonna try climbing up this vine.
Okay.
Athletics, I assume?
Yeah.
Okay. 19.
Yeah, so you climb up and you, without a problem, like, it holds, you get to the top. As you look down, it's like paved stone, basically, floor. So now you see white stone bricks, like covering the space between the wall and the tower. But it's very, like, empty. There's nothing kind of decorating that space, and it's clean. It's like very pristine.
How high was the wall again?
About 25 feet.
Okay.
On this side of the tower, you don't see any sort of door or anything, and yeah, that's what you see.
No door.
Great.
I want to climb the vine too. Clarification: did we say that for my character, climbing was acrobatics for me, or is it still athletics?
For climbing this particular thing, this is going to be athletics. If you were jumping from thing to climb or scale something, then it would be acrobatics.
Sounds like bullshit to me.
I know. I don't agree with that because I climbed the tree with my acrobatics.
Why would Bernard say that?
That
He
was
just looks up in the sky, he's like,
The last thing that was said is no door. So he's just like, no, you're lying.
I mean, how else would they get in there? Idiot.
That checks out. That's fine.
Can't
so
fault the logic, I guess.
to climb.
Just roll good.
just roll character. I like
Dungeons and
specifically
Dragons.
told you I
Yeah,
wanted to
just
get
roll
at climbing.
Don't complain to me. You're the one who
There's
rolled it
several
too.
ways to
Bad at
scale
climbing.
things.
I just
Yeah.
feel like climbing.
What we need to do is like
this would be like an,
Fezzik climbing the rope up the cliffs with everyone strapped to him.
You're this legend.
I
Yeah, this
feel like my character would be
unbeatable
good
thing.
at this, but apparently I'm not.
Well, this is
He's only carrying
climbing a
one
vine.
person.
It's really not that difficult.
Yeah, I think you're gonna be okay.
You should definitely argue with the DM more than that.
See, it's a 6.
It would have been so much better if you'd used your other
It
modifier.
would have been a 14.
So,
Damn.
That's actually pretty good.
That's why I'm.
Do you have
I'm-
expertise in acrobatics?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's why I'm like, I should know climb shit. My character's good at climbing
You just have to
things.
try to do a backflip.
okay,
over
so
You should have just parkoured up the
Yeah, can I just try
wall.
to scale the wall then?
you could try to run up the wall.
Run.
What would the roll do?
I'll
How high is the
I'll like
wall?
reach down and try to grab you at like the last part.
Oh, how tall
Ooh, the
is
help
it?
action.
Yeah.
That gives you advantage.
Or you could just try to climb it.
Oh, can I climb it with a 6?
Someone give her a
Oh,
boost.
okay. Then I'm satisfied.
Yeah, it's weird to be climbing a vine like this. It's very different than most things you've climbed before, but you're able to do it. You
Climb
do
ropes. I have
you do feel like parts of it begin to tear away from the wall as you get closer to where Lash is at the top.
Okay.
because I'm too heavy.
I'm
Well,
gonna.
we shouldn't have had
All right.
the heaviest
Do
one
I
go first,
notice that
probably.
with a critical perception?
Nope, just kidding. You do.
All right. So I'm
That's
gonna.
what crits are for.
I'll reach down and give her a hand up the last few feet.
Yes. So
Thank you.
the top of the wall is actually curved.
Okay.
So it's not as if there's a good place to really stand. You could stand at the top of the.
Can
the
I like
curve.
sit on it?
Yeah, you can like.
Straddle
Yeah,
that.
sure. Yeah,
Straddle it.
that's definitely what you could do. So,
Okay.
So you guys have both scaled to the top and are sitting on top of the wall. Eldon comes back around.
Welcome up.
From the scout and says, "No doors on the outside."
Told you.
Well, Lash couldn't see, like the tower is blocking Lash's vision of all of the
Yeah.
wall.
That's fine.
So the wall and
Wasn't my curiosity. Somebody raised the question of a door, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna check for a door.
so the whole wall and then also the tower has no door.
That
As
was
far
the
as
wall,
you can
that's
see,
Okay.
Those.
and
No doors.
and
Find a way in.
Eldon says like,
Jiggly.
"There might be a door on the tower, but I didn't fly up that high."
That's fine. That's fine. Hey, can you reinforce this vine thing that you made?
Can you
I'd
say
appreciate it.
please?
I can do
I'd
a bit
appreciate
better.
it. Great, thank you.
Of course. Kind of like flies up there, strengthens the whole thing. It gets about like half as big, the entire thing. It takes him like 2.5 minutes.
Okay.
By the time he flies back down, he's like sweating a little. He's like, "Well, anything else?"
Take a nap on my shoulder.
Oh.
I'm gonna climb.
All right. He kind of like sits there on your shoulder. He's like, "I don't know what a nap is."
Oh, all right. I mean, just chill. You can just
Don't?
relax.
Great.
You can come here and have
No,
a
don't.
nap.
No.
He kind of looks at you like, "I'm good. Thank
Okay.
you."
I climb up it with a 12.
You do.
Eldon's good up here.
I don't know what that is, but no, I don't want it now.
Naps are delicious.
Okay, so
All right. Shorties, are you coming up?
That was
I resent
offensive,
that.
but also somewhat accurate. Yeah, I get $1 million.
that's not
Bernard
enough.
says that while he's climbing. I did real good on this check.
It's a what? Athletics?
Yep.
Well, I rolled a 4.
Okay, so you
Probably needed a
you kind
5
of
to
like
climb
you're clawing at the vine, and it's like you're actually like ripping it to shreds as you try to climb.
Nice.
And it's like breaking, and you kind of just end up scraping at the bottom of the wall, unable to climb up.
Can you turn into something that's good at climbing?
Bernard,
One of us just
carry
pick her
you.
up.
Not large.
She's probably not going to
Fuck.
let him do that.
I already climbed it. Otherwise, I
I
would.
know. No, I
Do you
can't
need
turn
help,
into
my
anything
lady?
that can climb. Oh, I guess.
I can come help you.
Tips his fedora,
No.
adjusts his chain belt
Oh,
or chain wallet.
Yep.
Sure, but you can't freak out, okay?
Does he have a katana that he got at the mall? By any chance?
But
Wait,
it's
did
a
Vuka just
real
tell us
thing.
not to freak out?
Huh?
Did Vuka just tell us not to freak out?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to turn into a giant wolf spider. That's the only thing I have that can climb.
Okay, so you immediately turn into a
Giant wolf spider.
What color is the spider?
It's kind of like a horrible puke green.
Lovely.
And
Fuzzy?
there's like, no, it's fuzzy, but there's like little mushrooms coming out of places. And it looks like maybe it's very dirty and kind of sticky.
Great. So yeah, you easily scale the wall. Eldon is just staring, like, oh dear, that's odd. I kind of think it's cool though.
Can we put him back in the cage?
No.
Wait, is the cage magical?
Wait, so was
It was a-
Vuka actually doing that? Like, okay, he as if by reaction as he's staring at you, begins to go. Like doesn't even realize he's doing it, but like it's just so mesmerizing that he begins to mimic it.
We still have the cage. You have the cage, right?
Yeah.
Do we know if
I
the
don't
cage
know
is
how it
magical?
works.
I mean, we keep saying cage. It's a lantern.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like
I
a
mean,
bird cage.
it opened with a riddle, I assume. it's
Yeah,
magic.
so we don't know how to close it. Like, maybe I could, like...
I don't know that we want to seal him back up inside a lantern.
Yeah.
No, I'm thinking if we put like other things in.
We can
Yeah.
get him a bird cage at some point. Like something with a little perch.
Stop.
Well, he'll be comfortable in there.
No.
Cage.
Okay.
Birds like their cages.
No, they don't.
Okay, so y'all are sitting on top of the wall.
Yeah.
It's a comfort thing. Like dogs
I'm
and
Who wants
animals.
to jump down first?
I'm gonna jump
I'll do
down
it.
and go look at the tower.
Okay, acrobatics on the jump down. There you go. You gotta do the thing you
I would
wanted.
have laughed so hard if you rolled a
It'd
1.
be a 9. I rolled a 2.
Okay, so yeah, you kind of like you're like I got this, and you kind of like push off the wall, and as you land, you like almost sprain your ankle. As you go into a roll, you recover, you're okay, but you're like almost lost my cool.
No one
Like,
saw that.
I jumped down as well. I got a 13.
Oh, yeah, I didn't see that.
Yep, 13's fine.
That's all that matters is that
Hey,
Esteban.
is
I
your
rolled a
giant
1
spider
for not
big enough to
seeing.
ride?
It's medium. I don't think so.
You want to ride the
Don't
wolf
fucking try
spider?
and ride the spider, bro.
No.
No.
I just jumped down. Yeah, it's like a bajillion.
Yeah, so as you guys
It's 19.
land, no one got below 5.
I didn't roll yet.
I didn't.
So you didn't.
Oh no! I did get
The
below
spider
5.
doesn't need to roll.
Yeah, I have
Yeah.
spider cards.
You're good.
Spider's gonna climb down.
I asked Eldon, hey, can you, like, somehow magically slow my fall?
Just so
Please?
You got
You're
feather
really
fall.
asking for a lot from your totally not
He
a
kind of
slave.
like looks over at you from. On
I'm
your
just
shoulder.
real nervous about jumping.
I'm not. No.
Could you like?
Alright,
that.
here
Could
we
you
go.
like grab my shoulder and flutter as hard as you
I don't know
can?
how strong you
lashing
are.
at you.
I'm
the
not.
guy that holds an umbrella and jumps off like a
Yeah. I think I
okay.
can
I
make
can only
it.
hold a few swamp flowers, so probably can't help you.
Alrighty, here we go. You may not want to be on my shoulder for this.
He has wings, he'll be
You can
fine.
fly away.
That's a 5!
You just almost face plant. You land on feet, kind of
Swan
like
dive off the roof.
You absorb the impact, but you actually like end up flopping onto your hands, almost face first, and
Yeah,
on the stone.
landed like a cat.
So,
What rolls tonight, guys?
I got an 11. Did I see that?
yes, you
I think
did.
everybody saw that.
Eldon kind of like flutters down because as soon as you fell, like he was like, "Nope," and just kind of like flew down and then lands back on your shoulder. It's like,
Yep.
good jump.
Yeah, that's not what I expected.
Well, here we are, inside the wall,
Yep.
like we wanted. Now what are we doing?
I want to investigate the tower.
Me too.
I'm gonna remain a super subtle giant spider.
Is there any kind of noise coming
I
from the
got
spider?
it.
Like
Is this
chittering?
perception?
Yeah, like
Yeah, you can roll perception.
Okay, I got a 24.
yeah, that's nice.
Tower.
It's good stuff.
Okay, so
Not freaking out. Love it.
No, I mean,
well,
Giants.
we'll say this is investigation because as far as perception goes, you
You
don't
got me there.
like you don't hear anything,
Okay,
you don't
then
see
I want those
anything.
petty helps as a
but-
I
trophy.
got a 21.
Okay, so investigation as you walk around the tower on the exact opposite side
Yeah.
that you guys came in at. Y'all need to listen. I'm painting a word picture.
Dad's yelling at us again.
Anyway, so
Sorry for having fun.
the exact opposite side of the tower that you guys climbed the wall over. As you walk around, you see a doorway. It's an archway, but there's no door, and so you can see into the tower. The floor changes from kind of the bricked stone to just the same plain white stone, smooth stone that the tower is actually made of on the inside of the tower. And in the very center of the tower, you see what looks like a scarecrow. You also see that sitting against the wall to the right is a familiar shape. A certain Tyrann is sitting there,
Oh.
unconscious. So he's
We see a mound of dirt.
basically yes.
It's like a weird take on the Wizard of Oz. We've got the Scarecrow and the Dirt Man.
So
Is this a
Giant
Scarecrow on
spider.
Yeah, the cowardly spider. Like, what's up?
The cowardly
you didn't see
spider.
any scarecrows in the corner.
Oh, just
Okay.
But
small water.
so
Ugh.
You deserve
Tyrann, as far as you can tell, is unconscious, sitting there like head down, like chin in his chest, like not moving. So, since you're kind of leading the investigation, where else is everyone? Following around?
I'm gonna go as close behind her as I can.
Okay. So all
I kind of just like.
okay, so all of you like move around
Yeah.
and kind of look through this archway, and as soon as you step in and see all of that, the Scarecrow's head twitches to the side and says, "Oh, please come help me. Come in."
Insight check.
Do we have to play a little song on our?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't have the hook shot yet. Is that gonna be a problem here?
This again.
Okay, but this is like a cute, nice looking scarecrow, right? Not something out of like.
He
a
says
horror
help?
I
movie.
rolled 21 on my insight.
Scarecrow.
Ooh.
Okay, hold on. It looks a little scary.
Does look a little scary.
It
Are
looks
you
a
a
little
crow?
scary.
Oh, this is just like
You're
Batman.
unconscious.
I'm just wondering if this is like
Oh, get it. I
horror
got it.
movie
That's-
Scarecrow.
No,
Or like,
is this
a
terrifying or
scarecrow.
is this like, that
It looks a
inanimate
little
object
scary.
talking
Is
to
this
me?
like Thanksgiving Sunday School Scarecrow? Or is
Yeah,
this
with a
like
little
Friday the
happy
13th
face.
Scarecrow?
Batman Scarecrow?
Ooh,
Batman
Scarecrow.
Scarecrow.
There we go,
The
there we go.
worst.
Depending on how high you are because of the Scarecrow stuff.
Mask off, killing Murphy Scarecrow, or mask on, like, oh no.
Okay, so let me paint a little more of a word picture. So it's got a like singular wood beam that's kind of like its centerpiece, right? And then it's got its arms branching off, but the arms end up going into like long spindly fingers that look sharp. It's wearing clothing, so it's got like a tattered almost gray shirt and pants set, and you can see like actual like straw sticking out from all of, like, this is very typical sort of a stuffed clothed scarecrow, and the face is actually a like almost like a gallows hood, with the, when it spoke, it kind of like the cloth moved to match like the facial expressions. So it's just cloth, but as it looks and speaks, the cloth actually forms as if like
It is very much like
So-
Batman Scarecrow.
Or like
by magic.
So
Like
terrifying.
the sorting hat?
Yeah, I was just saying
So-
sorting
I was
hat.
thinking the sorting hat
Exactly,
too.
kind of like the sorting hat.
Gotcha.
But again, straw
How
sticking
original,
out in
Connor.
all sorts of random places. Harry Potter sponsor us.
Not
He's
J.K.
actually
Rowling,
very-
just Harry
Yeah,
Potter.
Harry Potter.
He's very
Not even
affluent.
the
He
not
needs
even the
someone to
intellectual
put that
property.
money.
Harry Potter, personally.
Harry James Potter.
You're rich. Give us some of your money.
He works for the government. He can't be that rich.
He inherited.
Yeah, but he's
he
independently
inherited
wealthy.
Gringotts.
He's independently wealthy.
I've seen Gringotts. Like,
Okay,
Yeah.
can
there's
I,
some money in there.
Can I ask the Scarecrow first?
I assume he got a pretty good bonus for
Wait,
killing
before you
people.
ask anything,
Yeah.
we had an
Paid him to
insight
do that.
check.
Oh,
So as
I thought that was
Yeah, is
Not
the
dying.
Scarecrow, does he actually need
kind of
help?
dying.
Does he look
So-
like he's enticing
For
us to...
fulfilling your
um,
destiny.
Hey.
so
There's probably a bounty for.
you are off put by like his presence, and you can't quite read what he intends.
Sure.
But it doesn't seem good to you.
Yeah, I think so. Is he like hovering over our friend, or...
He's in the very center of the tower. So the tower itself is about 20 feet diameter. So it's not
Diameter across or all the way around?
across.
Yeah.
it's not circumference. Circumference is all the way around.
Circumference is all the way around.
Diameter.
I'm
So
good at math.
Geometry.
so he's in the very very center of it. Just like you can't tell if like the post that like where his legs are basically, because there's only a single post. You can't tell if it's actually like in the stone or if it's just resting on top of it. But he's in the very center of the tower, and Tehran's off to the side on the right.
So, like you mentioned, like it doesn't like we don't see like bricks like shaped stone in this. Does it look like the whole tower is one piece of stone?
It all looks to be one piece,
Okay.
and you don't know if that's just like what was done over the stones that might have been laid originally, like a plaster or
Or
something
like
like
Or if
that.
this
it's
is a
living
magically
rock.
created tower out of one piece of stone?
Could be.
Can I do a medicine check on Tehran? I want to go over and medicine check.
Yeah.
See if he's okay. Make him stable if he's not. Wake him up if he's just sleeping.
Yeah. So as you walk over there, the scarecrow like turns and like speaks to you as you walk and says, "I have no idea where he came from," and
Ask.
just kind of like it seems like he's trying to say like, "I didn't do it. Like, I had nothing to do with that." So you walk over and go ahead and make a medicine check.
That's a 3.
So it looks like
Nailed it.
it looks like Tehran is sleeping.
It's definitely a dirt man.
It's like he said, he's just sleeping.
perfect health.
Anyway, I actually want to go in and like very politely, cheerfully introduce myself to the scarecrow.
Oh, while you're doing that, I'm gonna prep a fireball on the Scarecrow. So just waiting in some.
I'm fire resistant. It's fine.
Okay, just prepped on that.
He literally breathes fire.
Not immune, but I am resistant. But anyway, so like so yeah, I just walk up and I'm like, oh hello, and what's your name?
He kind of like stares at you while the DM.
Oh yeah, hold on while I go to fantasynamegenerator.com.
I had a name.
Looking for Scarecrow male.
Names for a Scarecrow.
Wow, they actually have a name generator for this? Sponsor us, Fantasy Name Generator. Okay, so he says, "Hi, my name's Craben."
And I'm Kuralash Mandarek, but all my friends call me Lash. And I do hope that we'll be friends.
Or he'll hunt you.
Did his
I,
voice...
no, it's just
Not you.
he varies the cadence. Oh, his
Yeah.
voice.
Oh,
yes.
the Scarecrow definitely changed.
I was trying to find it.
Yeah.
Just give me a break.
I honestly thought that was intentional. That he was like
He was like, oh,
happier when we were
No,
outside.
of,
and we come,
of course it was intentional. Let's move
Okay.
right along.
And then we come in. He's like, "Welcome to hell. I am the devil."
Oh,
Okay,
that's
so
not
just
going to
so-
do us any good for the moms that think this is demon worship. Okay.
So just so I can
not?
get a good mental picture, it's a round room tower. Do we
Cylindrical.
see all the way up the tower, or we're just in the
Yes.
first floor?
Are there
Perfect
stairs?
cylinder.
So it's, like, empty.
All the way up.
Are there stairs?
No stairs. Perfect cylinder all the way up.
There's
to the
not
top.
multiple floors or
Nope.
anything. It's just dome.
What a poor use of space.
How phallic is
It
it?
depends on what you.
As phallic as towers
Round at
come.
the top.
We're on the inside. It wouldn't be phallic on the inside.
In general.
On a scale from 0 to Washington Monument.
Actually, I'd like to know where it is on the scale from 0.
I don't know how many like numbers there are in between 0 and Washington Monument.
Can we see the... Could
Dealer's
we see
choice.
the top from the outside?
Because if I were to tell you a number, like,
Yeah,
you
it-
wouldn't have any sense of...
Oh, it would. Yeah.
You're putting
this is-
way too much
Yeah,
thought.
Connor.
into this.
Just to be clear, it was a goof.
No, it wasn't. Give us a number.
This is very
I didn't
serious.
realize we were going to do jokes on the show, so...
Oh.
Hey, I feel like you should know this about me by
Sorry,
now.
man.
but
That's
I
why
never
you
joke
haven't
about
made
it.
any
It's
jokes.
very serious.
Well, yeah, but anyway,
My show
inside
is
is
called
like...
Dungeons and DankMemes. I didn't know we're making jokes. God damn it, people.
Very serious about my memes and how dank they are.
This is my world!
He's one of those nerds that like takes everything too seriously. Like, no one else can enjoy it.
I feel like everybody's talking about me. Okay.
These are serious memes.
We're just projecting our problems onto you.
That's what I'm here for. This is why this is therapy.
I don't like this turn of events.
Explains why this is so expensive.
This is actually group therapy.
Yeah, I'm actually like receiving money from all of you to participate.
Oh, is that why you wanted our credit card?
This makes so much
It was
more
background checks to make sure that you guys aren't weirdos.
Yeah,
okay.
did you guys have to give your social? Or?
Actually, I
Connor has
literally
seen
have
my
your
social.
Okay. So, but yeah, it's totally hollow on the inside. It's just like the same shape on the outside that was a cylinder, like those same walls you're viewing now from the inside.
Okay. I'm
This
sorry,
is
what did he say
weird,
his name
right?
was?
Like,
I
this is
forget.
weird.
He said
Can't-
Craben.
Craben.
So, Lash, can you just like pick up Tron here and then we'll be on our way?
Oh, certainly. Don't mind if I do. Just strength check to hoist them up. Athletics.
Wait, hold on. I cast Healing Word at the first level. So you... Because it's a first level spell.
I thought he was just asleep.
Heal.
We don't know.
You don't know.
He
He was
rolled a
I don't think.
Yeah, if
Oh,
someone
hey,
else wants to make a
You heal
medicine
7 hit
check.
points. So if he was unconscious,
Is that a
he's not
thing?
unconscious.
Okay.
Oh,
Well, so you
I have
don't
a
know
plus
if
3.
the
Can I
unconsciousness
make a
was
medicine
from being knocked out.
Well, it's too late. I already did it.
Yeah, that's true.
I think he took damage last time
you
anyway.
you see like
I did pass out last time, and you healed me with it.
healing word. So this is the ranged one. Yeah. So as you cast it, you kind of see him flinch a bit, but he doesn't stir and wake.
Yep, I'm gonna scoop him up.
Okay. So
Athletics or
athletics.
strength?
Yeah.
Okay.
can I do a medicine check?
22.
Sure. So yeah, you pick him up. And
But are you holding him like
20.
Princess?
No,
Diana?
20.
it's
So
17 plus
potato
2,
sack style over the shoulder.
as far as you can tell, there's nothing wrong with
Bridal
him,
carry.
like in terms of what a physician would be able to tell. but it kind of just looks like he's sleeping.
He also is a Sandman, so...
Um,
hey, Scarecrow, man! What do you mean you didn't know what happened to him? Did you just get here, or like...
He just appeared here. I
Like
literally...
evaporated?
I'm stuck here. I've been cursed. And this is the first person I've seen in a long time, and then all of a sudden you guys come in here.
Tough break, bro. See ya.
Lash, you sounded awful lot like Neo!
That was Lash doing his Bernard impression. He's really good at mimicking. No, that was not in character for Lash. I was saying that's what Bernard was gonna say. Just like, don't care.
That was an
you're not
American
wrong.
accent.
Of sorts. I don't know if Bernard's voice can be described as American or just like
Very teenage American. Yeah.
just like broken glass.
What accent is that?
Puberty.
I feel like those two words are like the whole of the character and not just the voice.
Broken glass.
Okay,
I'm a level 2 broken glass.
I want to ask the Scarecrow who cursed him.
I'm gonna get out of the inside of the tower in the meantime. I'm just gonna carry him right out the door.
So in terms of timing, right as soon as you scoop up Tehran, he says, "Wait, please don't leave. Please, I can give you magical things, things to help you, and whatever you need to do. Don't leave."
How can you give us magical things if you're stuck here?
I have this. He holds up a bag that was kind of strapped to his side, and he says, "I stole this from a coven of hags, and that's why I'm here."
They
The
come
hags
in
cursed
covens?
so.
That's unfortunate. It's too many hags in one place.
Too many
Um,
bags.
So if we just like cut you down, are you gonna be able to move, or would that kill you?
Cut me down? What do you mean?
You said you're stuck here. I'm assuming you're
Well,
like stuck
in the
there?
tower.
Oh, so you can move around?
Yeah,
He-
can he like hop?
His the central post that he was standing on.
Oh god, it's like House Moving Castle. What's his face?
Turnip head.
That's what I was thinking actually. When you guys
way
walked
less
into the room during the
sinister.
session, I wasn't envisioning that when I created this. But anyway, the central post actually like breaks in two and
It's
forms.
got like awful stilt legs.
It kind of cracks. And,
Oh, you're Slender Man. Got it.
And no, he's got just two legs kind of formed,
Just like
looking pretty
waddles.
similar. They move in the same way that his arms move, and there's some like stiffness to the movements, but
I was gonna say, he's like a pirate with two peg legs. He's not gonna have great balance.
the wood breaks and like reestablishes itself like as he moves, so there's some stiffness to it, but you hear like there's like snapping and
Gross.
yeah, it's pretty unpleasant, but like he kind of like drops onto 2 feet, if you could call them that, and now his legs and feet look a lot like his hands. They're kind of have digits coming off, and they're like long and sharp.
Gross.
Wait, so if you can move, what's the curse part?
You can't leave the tower.
I can't leave the tower.
Oh, but you can like move around in the tower.
Were you always a
Yes.
Scarecrow?
No, not always.
What were you before?
Before I was an elf.
Hey.
Hey, Eldon, are there elves in this land?
Tons.
Oh, okay.
Halden and Scarecrow talk to each other.
So,
Oh yeah, Craven. Have you met Eldon? Eldon, Craven.
They kind of like their eyes meet, and it's a meet cute.
They make out immediately.
No, they
New
definitely
ship.
do not. No.
Tiny pixie and a horrible scarecrow man.
I ship it.
someone will.
So wait, who cursed you?
So
hag.
wait. So
Oh yeah, we've been over this.
Craven.
This is a weird land.
I'm sorry, I was too busy being grossed out by your weird legs.
I don't like how
Wait, are
well
you
you can
talking
do
to
my
the
voice
spider?
at all. I don't like this at all.
So Craven sees the pixie now, focusing in on like the smallest thing that's come into the room, noticing it last, and he says, "You would know that there are elves in this land. tell them that there are covens of hags. Tell them to help me. I gotta do rolls between my own characters.
Can I make an insight check on
yeah.
this
I did
character?
roll an insight check.
I know you
and
did, and it was not
I got
nice.
bad vibes.
Yeah, but you're the only one who's done that yet.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
17.
11.
Okay, so Eldon. So I'll let Eldon respond, and then I'll give you guys sort of like your insight reads. Eldon kind of looks at me. He's like, I know what it's like to be on the bad end of some hags. I'd like to help you if we can. We should help this guy. I know my lady could probably help his curse, could relieve the curse if we can get him out of here. By the way, for insight, it seems like he's being truthful. You are off puts, but you can't tell if that's just because he's a creepy looking scarecrow that might have been cursed.
I'm just thinking about the fact that I've never hunted a scarecrow.
I want to help him because I want the goodies in the bag.
That's what I came to town for, was goodies.
So, is your character saying something?
I want to help him because I want the goodies in that bag.
How do we help you?
Just steal the goodies. You're a rogue.
Well, I feel like we're in a small room and he's already seen me. If I just
Walks up like making eye contact.
Yeah, like what's he gonna do?
Slide
He
a
can't
handshake.
leave the room.
Scarecrow.
and I'm gonna pretend like I'm looking around the tower. And I'm gonna, like,
If you just
make
like
my way
grab it
back.
and run, he can only move like 3 feet.
We don't know that.
Well, he could be lying, I guess. But I'll light him on fire if he's.
Yeah, I still have firebolt prepped.
So much metagaming.
I want to ask like how do we help you and see what he says we have to do first.
Okay, you can ask him.
I already said that, so I already said how do we help you?
I don't know exactly how you could get me out of here. Maybe if you pulled me past, I just can't voluntarily leave. You might be able to pull me out.
That sounds too convenient. What's in the bag, man?
This is the bag I stole. It's full of magical items.
Yeah, like what?
Why would they imprison him in a tower and leave him with all the stuff he stole?
Yeah, that's
this
weird to
seems
me.
a weird punishment.
Wow, Luca, your spider is really articulate.
And it sounds just like me.
Okay,
The metagaming spider.
someone pretend like they're gonna help him, and I will steal the bag.
Yeah, what's in your bag? Let me look at it real fast.
Hold on.
Oh, it's gone.
I look at his face. Does it seem like he's longing for the sweet release of death? And it's going to be the best way to help him just to light him on fire.
Wow.
Wait, is you trying to make a serious insight check about that?
Just
No, kind of.
I mean,
His
I'm
non-existent
not
eyes.
doing
Yeah.
that.
I'm just like, do you want to die?
Blink twice.
His like the shape, like the
I don't
canvas
actually
shape.
do that.
Oh. See, you
You goof too hard.
gopher. So Bernard had asked what was in it.
Yeah.
He says, I have there's a mask, a ring, magical items. The mask can.
Look, how about you just start handing me stuff and I'll make like an inventory.
He says, look, I want some sort of
What's your Google?
assurance that I'm not just going to be handing things to you and you walk away.
Okay.
So maybe you.
I mean, we could just leave and you could just stay here forever.
Why don't you just get me out of here first, and then I will give you what I have.
Or not. Or we could just take. I mean, does he still have the bag? Did she take the bag yet?
No.
Wait,
well,
what?
I'd say we just help.
I'm just
Yep.
God, Jesus, why did I Google just that?
Wolf spider? Giant wolf spider. You gotta put 5E at the end of that.
Wait, I want to Google.
Let me see.
You have to.
Ooh, it's covered in babies.
You have to add 5E.
Oh, look at its butt. It's small ones. Look at that.
This is the
that is so cool.
Wait, I can't tell how big it is. You scared away the 3 viewers we had. They're not gonna ever watch this again.
Hopefully some
Donica
of our
won't watch
viewers
this
are
anymore.
wolf spiders.
Wolf spiders, please sponsor.
Yeah.
We have to warn Donica. Don't watch this episode.
Family Arachnidae.
Okay.
Family Arachnidae.
All arachnids, please give us your money.
I vote we help him because our inside check just said we were mostly put off by his appearance, probably.
Yeah, but he's gross. Like, let's be real.
I want to help him.
I actually couldn't tell if that was Lash.
No.
Can you not tell what is an English accent and what is an American accent?
There was a little.
Okay, so
He
the
wouldn't say gross.
octave goes a little bit higher when he's speaking Lash.
Yeah.
And the American accent went one octave higher when
Yes.
he said that.
Yes.
So it kind of sounded
Yes.
like Lash.
Thank you.
Lash would not say the word gross, first of all. But
What
Let
would
me
he
make
say?
a list of words that you would never
Disgusting.
say.
Lash would never
no,
say.
he would say he's a bit
Grotesque.
off-putting. Yeah, exactly. That was what I was thinking.
How about you just give me like one thing, and I'll make sure it's magical. To make sure you're legit. Like, look, man. We want to trust you, but also we kind of don't know you.
Yeah.
Slash don't really care. So give us a reason to care.
A bit of quid pro quo.
Look, we're keeping up this little pixie because we might eat him later. Like, you just don't know.
Eldon's eyes. Eldon's
Not
eyes.
eating
Just,
the pixie.
he's like,
No.
looks at the spider, like,
No.
kind of
No.
like
No.
goes toward Esteban's neck and just like holds on.
I look over and smile at Esteban, but it's like a lizard smile.
Me and
Lick your
Esteban are like
lips.
finally bonding.
So-
No, I like lick my eyeballs. Tongue flicks out.
This is like the start of our friendship where we're like, we can't let anything else.
Okay, so Eldon actually at this point turns invisible.
Eldon turns invisible.
Good call, bro.
I wasn't actually trying to intimidate him, just to be clear.
But Esteban can still feel the arms holding on to the neck. And Eldon whispers quietly enough, only for Esteban to hear, "Don't let them eat me, please."
Dare. Also, how do you have invisibility and not featherfall?
It's a racial feature.
I was born like this. What are you talking about?
Oh my god, Esteban, you can't just ask why you can turn invisible.
Okay. I want to help Scarecrow dude because we've been standing in this tower for a very long time.
Roleplay it.
What do you do?
Well, he says we have to push him out the door, right?
You got a scorching ray of breath.
You finally
I
find
still
out
want my thing.
No, I
Give me
have
the
to
magic
ask a
thing.
metagaming question.
Lash, are you still holding
Yes.
Okay, so there's a couple things happening here. So, you are wanting to just try to pull him from where he is
Yeah, I'll
without
tell him
saying
to like
anything.
walk to the door and then I'll give him a shove and see if he goes outside.
Okay, so that is sort of the intention that's brewing here.
I
Bernard
have left the tower at this point, by the way. Like, I'm outside
with
of it.
Turon?
Yes.
Okay. Bernard, you still have his focus.
Sweet.
And as you've kind of like tried to get him to give you something,
Sure.
he kind of like his face goes blank for a second, and his eyes narrow, and he's like, "Fine, I'll give you something."
Okay, then I stop.
He lists a few things. He says, "I've got a mask. It can disguise you. I've got a ring that can change how big you are, make you smaller. You can
Take the ring.
get places.
Stick you in the lamp.
I've got a wand that can shoot fire.
I'll take that.
Great. Here it is.
I don't
flick it.
think we want Bernard to have this.
I take the one. I go.
You haven't seen it.
Damn it.
So he reaches into the bag and pulls out. It just looks like a wand that's made of wood.
Yeah.
It looks like cherry wood, so it's got this nice dark color to it. It looks like kind of like a Harry Potter wand. Sponsor us.
Ollivanders.
Does he hand it?
And he hands it over to you.
I flick it.
Flick it?
Swish and flick.
Yeah, switch and flick.
So you,
At
Well,
him?
that's not for
That's not-
fire.
yeah.
Jesus.
What does anyone who knows what the motion was for?
Abracadabra!
Do you like...
Abracadabra?
Yeah,
No,
what's
what was
that? How
the-
you say
What
it?
was the fire spell?
Incendio.
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 I don't think I ever described it.
Confringo.
I don't
Yeah.
think they just...
Or
Honestly, there's a lot.
I don't know the spell for
flail
putting
it,
fire.
flick it,
Yeah.
wave it, move it, push it.
Go web go.
Technologic.
Okay.
Let's go.
Which
Okay.
direction?
So
Away from, but in the tower, just like in a random direction, not
Okay.
towards anybody.
okay.
This is why we don't want Bernard to have a fireball.
Anything.
You said
Ever.
something with fire. I mean, just
So
I take it away.
I need
I already
you.
flicked it.
How old is he in game again? Like
13.
13?
Yeah, I take it away.
I need you to make
He's
a
not old enough for this.
perception
It's just
check.
a sparkler.
He's really impressed by it.
Ooh,
He's like, wow.
oh, okay, 13. Not horrible.
Okay. Give me a second.
I'm gonna die.
He explodes.
It's a stick of dynamite, and I lit it. Is what I did.
You were holding it from the wrong end, so the fire just went this way.
You didn't do anything.
Okay. So
I'm assuming it's a whole fraud of fireball. Is what I'm assuming.
And you just wasted the fireball. 1d4 and it was a 1.
okay. So
You burned up all the
as
other
you
magical items.
flick it, you
Pop it.
you hardly notice, but as soon as
Bullet.
he handed you the wand, he has backed the hell up to the
To
kind
the
of the
window.
edge of the tower,
There's no
and
window.
as soon as you flick
To the
it,
wall, then.
it roars with fire,
Yes.
and the fireball that
Yes.
emerges from it goes straight down toward your feet and explodes.
Oh.
Yes.
Thank you for taking me out of the tower last.
So who was still in the tower?
Yeah,
Everybody
I guess
else?
everybody else
Yeah.
is still in the tower.
I mean, I said I ducked, but I mean, I'm still in
Okay.
the tower.
So this is very close.
The
to
only guy
TPK.
who's
Hold on.
fireproof is the only one who's not in the blast.
Are you also fire resistant?
Not really, no.
Okay, I was just wondering
Do you
because
drink
you're
a
Earth.
glass? Like,
Does that mean the tiny eyebrows I had are gone now?
Yes.
the eyebrows
all of
that
You guys
stubble
are
head
all,
going?
it's like when Wile E.
all
Coyote
bald
gets blown
now.
up and just like blinks a couple times and collapses into ash. That's everybody right now.
This kills me.
I'm gonna TPK everyone real quick.
And it'll just be the adventures
think
of
that
Flash
I don't
and
think
Tehran.
No, because it goes through that and then rolls.
It's
over
gonna be
the
like a
other
buddy
Right,
cop
but
movie
it
after this.
Don't
It
we gotta
absorbs
make a
and then
dex
it
save?
takes.
He's a
Yeah,
dragon.
I call
He's
bad
made of
guy.
earth.
I call bad cop.
77%.
So I need everyone to make a dex save that was in the proximity of the blast.
It's much better than the past.
Shit. Okay, 10.
16.
Ooh.
But hold on, I get really good dex modifier from a spider.
It's a +3.
Where's my
Is it? It's plus. Oh, so really not.
Not good
good
enough.
7.
Probably.
17.
Okay, everyone.
You're in prison.
15 makes it.
Hey, what's up?
If you made above a 15, you take half of 30 damage. If you fail, you take 30 points of fire damage as an enormous
Connor.
blast of fire.
Connor, even if I did, even
Y'all
if I
done
made
goofed.
that deck save, I still would have died. I only have 15 hit points.
I am aware.
Wait, how do you only have 15 hit points?
Because I only
Level
have
2 rogue.
15 hit points.
Minus
I
one
have
constitution.
24. I'm a
Minus
Yeah,
one
I have
grand bard.
21.
Minus one
I have 15.
Bad
level
constitution.
I have a
Oh,
negative
that's
one.
right.
do it.
That's right.
That'll do it.
Um,
Bad constitution.
I'm dead.
but that means that she
Well, just
took.
unconscious.
Wait, you missed your dex save,
So I took 30 hits.
so you
That's
took
double
your HP,
Which means
which is
Permadeath.
permadeath.
No,
It's-
Connor, change it.
Don't talk to me.
I don't make this rolled up. Oh, wait, yes.
Bernard, cast rewind.
So
To be
for
fair,
level
I
3, you
flipped
had
in a
15.
direction.
Wow, that's pretty low.
You have my character stats.
Okay, well, so basically, who's still standing?
In the arms of
I am.
the angel.
So I just want to make sure I'm doing
I
this
covered-
right.
shoulders.
Elden
I was
as I
behind the
dodged,
scarecrow.
but-
Does that give me anything?
Cover.
The scarecrow was backed up against the wall. Because it may have known what was coming.
He set us up.
I mean, he gave.
Yeah, he
Bernard
gave a
choices.
fireball wand
So I
to a
take this.
boy.
I think the
And
first
then I
thing going
subtract
through
whatever's
Esteban's
left
mind
over.
is like,
What?
So I take
Not again.
if our party had an insurance policy,
So you take whatever
that's a
you want.
liability.
Yeah, for sure.
I feel like
13-year-old boy.
I feel like he's not old enough, like legally speaking, like there should have been a waiver. Or something.
The Scarecrow should have asked for identification.
Yes.
Are you of age, sir?
I'm gonna
I
need
did
to
say
see
I'd
two
take
forms
the
of
wand away
identification.
before you flicked it.
Back-
Oh no,
There's a
I already
background
flicked it. I already flicked it.
Yeah, there is like a 40-day waiting period.
Okay, so who's unconscious and or dead?
No.
I'm alive.
Who is
I'm just not a
permanently
spider
dead?
anymore.
I'm singed, but I'm still standing.
I'm standing.
I don't understand how you only have 15 hit points.
Because
Mine's-
she's
She's negative one.
Negative 1 constitution.
Elves.
Yeah, negative.
Okay,
That'll
so
do it.
Yeah.
sorry,
Am I
so
really
no one else
dead?
went down?
No one else went
Okay,
down.
yeah, so but you guys just got like real burn.
It killed my spider, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm very hurt.
Um,
I'm not
and
doing well.
Craven just is like looking around like, you're an idiot.
Why the fuck would you give me this?
Why would you do that in
You
here?
said you were gonna help us. This does not help.
I'm 13!
Why would you do that in here? This is a small space.
You could have said, "Hey, this blows your face
Okay,
up."
I wanna...
Give it to me.
I'm gonna set Tehran down gently on the ground, and then I'm gonna run over to Lil and see if there's any sign of life. Okay.
I did that. I got a 4 though, so I don't think I determined.
Critical fail. So regardless, I'm just gonna dump some lay on hands points in. I'm just gonna give her 10 HP, but it's probably a corpse. So
Yeah, you try to heal, and like some of the wounds seem to close up, but
she's dead.
there's no life there.
If I'm dead, I'm not playing anymore.
So as far as you can tell, Lil is dead.
Nice.
Standing
I
real.
do feel bad as a player.
Blair, how many people do you need to kill
Everyone. I need to kill everyone.
before your bloodlust is satisfied?
But this is like Bernard's boss. Like
I am
she's the
a-
sparrow.
This is true.
Yeah, is this a coup? Is this what this was?
I am. Yes, I am one.
You gonna
so,
haunt him?
Yeah, if I'm dead for real, can I come back as a ghost and
back as a
then just
revenant.
haunt Bernard?
Potentially.
Being a little bitch. She's just gonna
Eldon's
trash talk you
kind of like
constantly.
looking around at everything that happened. No one can see him looking around because he's invisible. But you hear his voice, and he says, "That was terrifying. We should get her to my lady. My lady can help."
Alright, I pick up her corpse.
I take the wand and I point it right at the Scarecrow. I go, "I want your whole bag.
Alright, I am going to...
I will blow this whole fucking shit up if I don't get that bag."
He kind of smiles at you
I
and
go
says,
outside.
"Boy, that's not gonna work. That one's done."
Damn it!
You wait.
Like I said, 1d4. He got the 1. He killed
You're in
someone.
charge.
It was like literally a bomb that you just set off.
Why would you tell me any of this stuff before you just gave
He said
me the
it's a wand that shoots fire.
thing? Shoots, not blows up in my hand.
You just shot a fireball at the ground.
To be fair, every time I made the motion, I went like this.
This is a small space.
It's a tall tower, but that's fine.
You have been given your item. I'm not giving you anything else.
Does it really not work ever again?
Can anyone else who's not an idiot help me out of here?
You know what? It was Lil's dying wish, so I'll push you out of the tower.
Thank you. So
I better get some.
Should I add this in my inventory, or is it, it's
Comes
useless?
in.
It's in.
what did you do with Tehran? It's just a
I
stick as far as you
laid
can.
him
Okay.
gently on the ground outside the tower.
Okay, so then you went
Drop
back
like a
in
bag
to
of
grab
rocks.
Lil.
Yes.
Hey.
Okay.
I mean,
So-
he kind of is a bag
I
of
am
rocks.
So are
But no, I
are you,
laid him
you
down
just
very
like pulled
gently.
him out of the tower.
Yeah.
Okay, so he looks at you. He's like, "Okay, so the wall is the big problem for me. I've tried to scale it. I get to the
I
top,
thought you couldn't get out of the tower.
out of the walled tower area.
The complex.
Okay.
You like yank him out the door.
This is the whole problem.
It's like
This
the
is fine.
Scarecrow
Keep talking.
Yeah, I thought there was just gonna be kind of like a sound like a stubborn cork, and then it would just be like.
This is fine.
Look, I can't get over the wall. You're gonna need to help me over the wall."
Great.
Can I just how does
Yeah,
he look
how
light?
heavy is
Can
he?
I
Like a
throw
javelin?
him?
He's a
He
bag
looks
of
pretty
hay.
light.
All right.
Hammer throwing.
Yeah.
No, it's gonna be a javelin. I already have javelins. I know how to throw javelins.
Yeah, just throw him over the wall.
Or I guess my javelins have a range of 120 feet at disadvantage. I could tie him to a
Oh, you're
javelin.
so mad.
You could even just try to throw him.
I can't play
No one can.
I'll say how do you feel about falls?
What?
You're light. You don't seem to have flesh.
Bones. Innards.
You know.
Are you gonna throw me?
Yeah.
And you
Yes.
called me an idiot? Idiot.
I mean, with your permission, of course.
I guess that could work.
Righto. Alright,
Did somebody pick up Lil?
You picked up Lil. How you got?
So you're picking up Lil and Tehran and throwing
No. Tehran's on the ground. Lil's on one shoulder. I can carry like 500 pounds.
Oh, shit.
He's a giant dragon man.
Yeah, I am quite strong. Yeah, so Lil's like on one shoulder, and I just pick him up. I rolled an unnatural 20 athletics or an 18 strength to throw him over the wall.
Okay, athletics is good. Yeah, you chuck him. He's going far. Like, he was lighter than you thought, and far more aerodynamic than you thought. And you see him actually like lean into it, like as if he's like on a water slide.
Or like, have you ever seen ski jump? Like where
yeah. Exactly. So he's just flying, and then he goes
Perfect form and everything.
like he's like 100 feet off now.
Holy crap.
And you just hear him begin to laugh. I'm running. And he's like, I'm free. And you lose sight of him, but
Who's the idiot now, idiots? At least I got this cool stick.
so now
It was Lil's
Keep
dying
moving
wish.
it like that.
now you guys can no longer see him. You don't hear anything else after that.
we really heard him say, "I'm running."
Yeah.
Okay.
And you guys are inside the wall, but outside of the tower.
Seems like
Does he
his
have to do
evil-
a check to see if he breaks his legs on impact?
Yeah, does he not just shatter on
Yeah.
impact?
Yeah, he's got a
You
roll.
guys
That's
don't know
fine.
anything.
That's like perfect 45-degree angle.
I want to see like
Hard throw.
a con save from him.
Yeah, he needs to make like.
Lash, he's running.
Face
Throw
plant
me
check.
over, I'll get him. No, seriously, throw me
You have
over.
like what, 5 HP
I
left?
got 9. Throw me over.
All right, yeah,
No,
I'll
do
throw
it.
you.
Do it.
Wait. So, wisdom save.
Oh no. How much does the 13-year-old boy weigh?
You're skinny,
Like
like, right?
100
You're
pounds,
supposed, yeah, you're
maybe?
supposed to be like real light.
You wake up in the midst of all this chaos.
Okay, yeah, I grab Bernard by the ankles and I
I
start
made
spinning.
12, and I put that away 120 pounds.
You're
So
a very
I'm like,
large
huge.
12-year-old.
That's chunky.
Wait, you
That's how big I
weigh,
was.
your
Wait.
character weighs 120 pounds.
It can't be right.
12?
No,
That's what
No,
like
that says
Lil.
I'm
no,
5'10".
hold on.
That's what Lil weighs, and
That's
she's like 5'1".
really
What?
big.
No.
Wait, 120-pound 12-year-old?
5'10", 120.
5'12"
That's
at
pretty
12.
skinny.
That's actually an incredibly tall but very skinny
Yes,
12-year-old
that's
boy.
what I'm saying.
Like,
This is gonna be like your kids.
Well, yeah, this is really huge.
all right, anyway,
Skinny.
but I've got Bernard by the ankles and I'm spinning around for a hammer toss. We're gonna do this.
Okay.
Why? The,
I need you to make
Wait,
I don't care if Bernard
acrobatics,
Yeah, exactly.
acrobatics
I'm
and
dead. I don't
athletics.
care.
Let me try to
Why
defend you there for a
acrobatics?
second. Just
'Cause
because
your-
of like humanity.
your footwork.
And Bernard's like,
You
wait.
had to like
So
swallow it
Because if I come
down.
back to life,
Hold
I have
on.
a grudge
Hold on,
against
can
you
I put this
forever
into
now.
perspective? I wake up, there's a giant tower, we're in a circle. You are spinning with Bernard. There is a giant wolf spider.
Not a spider
No.
anymore.
Oh, you're not a spider anymore.
dead.
Okay,
Spider
cool.
went
And you're
fire.
dead. And I'm baffled.
You're
I don't
okay
know.
with it.
I
I'm,
feel like
I'm like,
it's
yeah,
not hard
okay.
to infer that
That's about
Bernard
right for
probably
I
everybody
wasn't
to look at.
sure that what's gonna happen is I'm gonna miss and you're just gonna fly into the wall.
Wait, you're throwing me at the wall?
I'm gonna throw you over the wall.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But there are rolls
I'm
involved.
gonna miss.
Yeah.
I'm gonna miss and you're gonna get pasted against this wall.
Can I be helping him?
I don't get why you don't just give him
From
the
Do I still have my
Arts?
stuff?
Like, what are you doing?
Oh, no.
So much
Okay.
more fun.
Aerodynamic?
Mr.
You try to
DM.
go stiff?
Yeah, oh yeah. I'm like going into
Light
it.
as a feather, stiff as a board.
I don't like how you copy my voice so well. It's really
Bernard is
disconcerting.
like 2 players.
I know. It's
So-
on both
surrounded.
Okay, 17 acrobatics. That was the trickier roll.
So your footing is good. You get advantage on your athletics.
All right, it's gonna be at least a 21. Crit.
Damn it!
I'm thrown over. I'm up. I'm airborne. I'm airborne. I'm airborne. Can I see the scarecrow?
Hold on. I have to figure out how the hell this is going.
This is the greatest night.
I love to dance on
Last night you suplexed
A giant
an alpha grick.
Yeah.
Wow.
from the ceiling.
Yeah.
Okay. So
This has been the
Yeah.
two best sessions ever.
this is impressive to watch and almost scary as Bernard gets more and more G-force, like as you go around and around, and you just let him loose, and it's like a perfect angle. Clears.
He just like skims the top of the wall.
Clears it by like 5 feet, so you're feeling pretty safe,
Love
except
it,
for
love it,
you're
love it.
anticipating now
Yep,
a landing.
yep, this is what I wanted.
So as you
wanted to
go
die?
over, you see at like. So within like the first couple seconds that you go over, you're like scanning the tree line, looking for the scarecrow.
Tree line. The tree line was like 200 feet away.
Yeah.
Okay, you're looking for
Okay.
it.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was thrown quite far.
Sure.
I'm
He's,
just too good at throwing. It's the problem.
he's, from what you can tell, like seconds from entering the tree line.
Okay.
About 200 feet away.
200 feet away. How far did I get thrown?
You're in the midst of flying right now.
Yeah, you're still airborne.
Flying. It's falling.
So you're
Falling-
saying
falling with
you're
stuff.
probably flying
He
faster than
wouldn't
he's
be
walking.
30
Yeah.
feet away from me.
Yeah, how fast can he move on those stupid
that's
stick
pretty
legs?
fast, man.
Yeah, I don't think
None of
he's
you saw
only
how
30
far he
feet away
flew.
from you. Yeah.
None of you saw how far he flew.
But anyway,
At the
he's on the
tree line.
ground now, though, right?
And you don't know how long it took exactly to have the idea to throw you,
Sure,
then
sure,
to
sure,
throw
sure.
you.
Yeah, he's running though now, right?
Correct.
Okay, he's probably moving faster than at this current moment. So
Sure.
He'll gain.
So that's all
when
you
it comes
see.
He's gotta
Um,
land first.
Yeah, but I picture it just like he's gonna like swan dive and just sort of skid on the grass for a while.
Yeah, I don't think you get him
That would be
falling
lovely.
from very high.
Yeah, you kind of can't just like face plant in the
I think it'd
ground.
be great if he rolls well enough. It'll happen. Just roll good.
So here's what I
That's
wanted.
the D&D
Judge
motto.
it.
I wanted to do something else, but apparently the scarecrow can move faster than the speed of light. So
if he's thrown by a dragonborn,
he was thrown by a dragonborn.
it's been a long time. Things like
He said,
happen over
I'm
time.
running. I said, throw me.
As he
8
was
seconds.
flying, he said he was gonna run.
It was just when I heard I'm running, I
So-
said, throw me.
His point even
Right.
more then. I'm
So
still defending him.
you, right? You walk over or run over to the dragonborn. The dragonborn begins to spin you.
Sure.
It maybe takes like
A few seconds.
7 turns to get maximum velocity,
Sure.
and then you go. So it
But
could have.
wouldn't
10
his
seconds.
velocity be faster since he's heavier than the balsa
And even
wood
if it was
straw
only a couple
man?
seconds, that's like one round. How
He is
fast
higher
does this guy
turbo.
have?
What if I roll percentile dice? And how far I roll?
I still
I
So-
roll both of
Scarecrow
them.
Man needs to roll
You don't
to see
have
if he
proficiency
lands well.
in throwing humans. And
But
the
he does.
scare-
Scarecrow.
the
Apparently you do with
the
scarecrows,
scarecrow
though.
was very similar in terms of throwing to a javelin.
How far is your javelin throwing range?
They
Okay.
have 120 feet at disadvantage, 30 feet with it. Like
30 feet.
Well, no, I mean like I can throw it 120.
Right.
So Scarecrow
You
Man
can't
just
aim it.
landed and then got
Yeah,
up
you
and
can't
started
aim it.
running. He wasn't
Yeah.
damaged at all.
As far as you can tell. Like, you don't know.
Snap off one of them legs.
You did.
I mean, no
So
matter
if
how
he
far
can
an
throw
ant
it
flies,
120
it doesn't
feet,
die.
Alright.
and then he's
Scarecrow.
had 8 seconds of what's his range?
The
The
Scarecrow Man.
You
fast?
you want
We
me?
don't know.
You want his character card?
Yes.
He has basic like
30?
running,
Fine.
and
So yeah,
he can
he
take the
would be
dash
200
action.
feet away.
I rolled 34%
Fine,
on the
fine.
Scarecrow
Fine.
throw,
Fine. Well, I can't do what I want, so I go, fuck, and I
and
just
79% on the Bernard throw. What does that get us?
That's not how it works.
No, if
since
you
I
could have
can't
thrown
do
him,
what I want
he could be
because my
200
DM hates me, I will.
So basically,
Yeah,
at
we
the,
did the math.
at the apex of the throw,
yeah.
of your being a projectile.
Yep.
He's entered the woods already.
Sure. Awesome. I go, fuck, and I cast Healing Word on myself before I hit the ground.
All right. And meanwhile, back at the tower, I'm like, well, now we're rid of the annoying little boy.
Right about that time you hear my body hit the ground.
Okay.
I'll try to land. That was a bonus action, so I'll use my action to attempt to land, but I'm assuming it's not going to go well.
Make a save against
the
ground.
Let me try to figure out what your actual apex is going to be based on the throw.
Try to grab some
I think-
branches on the way
I
down.
think
said
a
5
pencil, some
feet
paper.
over the
It
wall.
was a
graph this
crit.
out. I have
Yes,
graph
I know. You're going quite far.
Sure.
You're quite high.
Or
Apparently not
it
far
could mean,
enough,
like
but
the
that's fine.
perfect
Not
height.
fast enough, you mean.
Wait, how high is the wall?
Chart it.
He said
I'm
it's
not gonna
20
try
feet,
it.
and I'm
I'll chart
5
it.
feet over, so I was 25 feet
25
off,
feet
so
in
that's
the air.
2d6.
Can I take a
No,
bathroom break
25
while
feet
you
to
guys
the wall,
do
5 feet up
math
for
on
a throw.
Bernard
So
flying
30
through the
feet
sky?
as you're still climbing.
I was
Yeah.
still climbing at that point.
Okay.
How far from the wall were you?
Okay, so
I don't know, probably 20 feet because we were at the
So
tower.
none of you are going to be able to know how many feet it is. So
Wait a minute.
Well, we're not trying to. We're trying to figure out damage for you.
Figure out the damage.
30
We're trying to
feet.
figure out
30
how
feet.
high he was.
30 feet was not the apex though.
Yeah.
No.
He was still climbing.
He was still
it
climbing.
was definitely not the apex.
No,
Like-
On a nat 20, I feel like it would be like a perfect.
How high did I get
No,
him?
if you, but if
It's
it was
about
harder than
force.
that,
Yeah, it's like I got my whole body into this thing.
I am gonna go
So
take a
30 feet is
bathroom
not
break
the-
while you guys do.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Lil's back to life. She was so impressed by my hammer toss.
Oh, you're going to kill Bernard? I'm alive again.
Okay.
Wait, you
So you're going to try and land this thing.
Yeah.
All right.
As
Acrobatics.
best as I can.
I really hope Bernard's dead.
18.
Okay. So you are going to take 8 points of damage as you you kind of skid on your feet as you try to go into a somersault, but your foot gives way and you just end up crunching hard into the ground as you roll.
It's like hot rod, right?
Yeah.
16.
And you roll far and just come to a stop, bloodied and covered in dirt.
Yep.
Nailed
I
it.
have the same problem.
Do I still see what's his nuts?
He was gone at
was
the
gone,
apex
okay.
of the throw.
Worth it.
I mean, if he's got peg legs, he's trackable, right?
Potentially.
I
Certainly welcome
immediately
to try.
pop back up from landing, covered in blood and half
all the
burned.
time to take notes.
Yeah.
Nothing happens.
Damn it!
Okay.
Oh man.
Alright.
Good choices here.
Yeah.
My turn. Till next
700.
Yeah.
Because he's
For,
tiny.
I feel like for Vuka it would be a shot put.
like a football.
Yeah, just a football team.
Perfect spiral. Her head is about the size of a football.
Go long, Bernard.
I've been trying to catch her all this whole time.
I'm gonna walk over
Good
to
character
Lash.
choices that I like.
Lash. What are we doing? Why are you throwing Bernard?
I'm okay. I'm okay.
He asked me to.
Are we trapped inside the wall?
No.
What are we doing here?
Bria lived.
Same.
At this point, Eldon has reappeared and is just staring up at you and says "This is really crazy." That sounded really like Bernard.
Everyone I just the Bernard voice.
That's the variant. Is we all are slowly.
Bernard voice is literally a disease. We're all
Bernard, you're a
getting it.
disease.
Specifically,
That makes sense.
I feel like actually the body is just a host for the voice, and it's a parasite.
It's like Venom.
Yeah.
So he's
Did I
like,
mention that Bernard looks like Tom Hardy?
No, he
I
doesn't.
said that, right?
No.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he looks like Tom Hardy.
An overweight
Like a
12-year-old Tom Hardy.
a blue-haired 12-year-old Tom Hardy.
Also, he's not 5'10", but he's definitely 120 pounds. He is a chubby little
4
boy.
foot.
Wow.
I don't even know how
I was
these
at
numbers got put
185 at 12. Get out of here.
in. Also, I
He's
can't
too
write it
small.
down.
What's a huge 12-year-old?
Okay.
Eldon's like,
I don't
we need to get her
Yes. Yes.
to my lady.
Yes.
Fast.
Yes.
What are you?
Yes. Agreed.
Thank you.
What are you?
Oh, this is a pixie.
My
Where
name's
did we
Eldon.
get the pixie?
He's my friend.
From a
Trying
hat.
to eat him.
He's my colleague.
No.
It
Wait.
tastes very good.
He does look
Having
delicious,
you
but we're
have
not going to eat him
I don't.
at this juncture.
Well, then really, we don't know.
It was just a thought.
I think maybe with the right season.
Do you want to try? I'm kind
Anyway.
of hungry.
Yeah, alright. I pick Lil back up, and I gesture to the pixie to lead on.
Okay, so are we actually...
There's a wall.
Is the vine not still there?
Oh,
Well, the
yeah.
vine's on the other side.
If you throw my
But we're
corpse,
also going to the wall.
What are you gonna do? Die more?
I'm not going to throw her.
More damage! We're trying to get her come back from
I'm not going to throw her corpse.
Okay.
I threw the Scarecrow because I asked him for permission and he said yes, and Bernard
you
because
to.
he told me to. I'm not going to throw a corpse.
Alright, so...
Good.
We're going north now. Northwest.
You're still behind the wall.
I know, but we have to go to the northwest side of the wall, right? The opposite direction of which we came.
If you... I'm confused.
We're going in the direction that Eldon said his lady was.
Okay, if you're going that
Yeah.
way,
Yeah.
then
catch the Scarecrow?
you're basically
What?
just from where the door is on the tower, you'll be, going out that door and kind of off to the right a bit, and
Okay.
that's the area on the wall that points northeast,
Okay.
where you guys want to
Great.
In case anyone
That's
was
where we're
wondering,
going.
I'm 5'3" and 100 pounds.
Okay.
Okay.
So almost exactly like
He's not a chubby
the
little
direction
literally
that
average.
things have been thrown.
Okay, that was my next question.
Yes.
You're not that much
Okay.
taller than me.
So
Tiny.
do we just want to climb the wall? Do we want to make another vine?
He's on the other side of the wall.
It's great over here.
So,
Full of
we
disappointment
could go
and
over
rage.
now and then go around, or should we go around and have him meet us on the other side?
Go around what?
Don't we have to go another direction?
No, he's in the same direction we're going.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we just need to go over the wall.
Scarecrow got away.
How did we get in?
I hope you're all happy.
We climbed in on a vine.
How did we get the vine?
Eldon grew
the
it.
pixie.
I don't know how Eldon's
Can you do
feeling
it
right
again?
now.
He waves. I could do it again. Yes.
All
Do
right.
it again.
Please.
I want out of the tower.
It'll probably take me
I'm not wearing a hockey
7
pad.
minutes.
I'm not wearing hockey pads.
But he goes to work, and he after about 7 minutes of conjuring the branches and the vines, it looks like it could be scaled by all of you up to the top of the wall.
While
we
I'm
ask
waiting for
him if he
7
remembered anything?
minutes, which for a 12-year-old is literally an eternity. Can I do like an Arcana check on this stupid fucking thing?
Sure.
What the wand?
Yeah. 12. 11.
It still seems to have some magic, but you can't really,
Don't!
you can't really tell anything more than that.
Does he kill himself?
What happened to once bitten, twice shy, man?
Did anyone
At
ask
12 years old.
if
How did she die?
Oh, you're talking
Bernard.
What? Oh yeah.
Okay, Eldon says, like, the one who went over the wall. He was the one.
What did he do?
Fire. Lots of it.
He can use fire. I thought Esteban was the one who used fire.
You've never seen me use fire.
You
were burned.
It's kind of
You
obvious.
literally
Your sin-
brag about it.
Yeah,
Actually, no,
and
you used Firebolt at some point.
Yeah, when we tried to get out of the
you know what? I had
the
a
thing.
firebolt.
Yeah, you
down?
burnt the door down.
Oh, I did. Damn it.
Yeah.
Did you guys ask if he remembered what happened to him after we all got separated?
No.
No.
You're dead.
That's. I was gonna ask.
You're not even,
Right now.
you're not even allowed to metagame if your character dies.
I know.
You're not only is your character dead, you're dead to us.
That's how the contract works. If you
man.
die, you're off the show. So
Wow.
You get no money.
Glad I picked the tank.
it's the new reality TV show. It's
There
like
was
Survivor.
no contract
Yeah,
negotiations
please
because
hand
I
in
have
your
a lot on
character
my
sheet.
writer
Exactly.
and none of that was fulfilled.
You've been voted off the island.
I said only
You die in
blue
the game, you
M&Ms.
die.
I was going to ask Tehran what you remember or what happened to you.
I don't remember shit.
We were running through a cornfield,
Running through a cornfield
and then
I
Tower.
woke up in the tower.
Yeah, you literally
Have
don't
you-
remember
Yeah.
anything more than that.
Did you wake up before we got you, or you just woke up now?
I just woke up now.
Okay.
While he was being thrown.
He's a deep sleeper.
Does Lil have like a cloak or something?
I do.
Okay.
Did it survive the
Wait, I'm
blast?
still confused
Is
as
it
to
still,
why
like-
she's dead.
It better have because
Bernard.
it's a sick cloak.
Why did he
It's
do
a
it?
little singed.
Okay,
Because
just
he's
a little
a-
bit.
A stupid little boy.
I don't know if we ever like described my cloak.
All
We
right.
have mending.
Anyway, as long as there is a cloak, because here's what I'm going to do: is I'm going to tie the sleeves of your cloak together around the front of my neck, so that you're like on my back, so I can climb this fine.
Does no one have
You become a back.
rope?
I'm just
Yes,
gonna-
but like we don't
I
have a
have
good way of
rope in my
securing
bag,
it at the
but-
top.
I'm gonna climb the
I
top.
do.
Oh, I meant like we
Oh,
could
to
just
do that?
rope her to you.
What's
Yeah.
I'd have to cut a piece off the because my
Tell me what
rope
you
is like
rolled.
50 feet long.
Well, I don't
tie
know.
a
It
lot
depends
of
on the checks.
knots.
'Cause I have
Oh, I thought
modifiers.
you meant like what's
Long
the
string.
challenge?
Oh no,
level?
no. Is it athletics, acrobatics,
It's athletics.
Now you're
athletics?
looking at
11.
my stuff.
Yeah, you easily scale it.
Yep.
And
Don't look at them.
That's a 9.
yep, you're able to climb it.
Better.
Do you just drop down on the other side?
Yeah. Do I need to make another check for that?
Yeah, acrobatics to land.
Acrobatics to land. 6.
Yeah, you almost kind of like you feel like it was a little iffy on one of your ankles, but you're all right. Like you kind of walk it off. You're like,
Oh, they're on your back.
I got a 21
Hi.
to climb.
I want to go.
Can I climb down the other vine?
If you
It's
hit
on
me,
the
I
other
will.
you'd have to go like
side.
all the way around.
All right, then I'll jump.
I
I
just
want to go up and I'm gonna grab him by the
You're good.
shoulders.
I might go.
20
off.
for jumping.
Grab you by the shoulders and I kill you.
What the fuck, man?
My skin is falling off my body.
Wow.
You gotta roll good. What have I been
Are you
saying
like
this whole
that,
night?
Matt? I'm dead.
You do one thing in this game.
Well, I mean,
you
I'm
roll
not a
dice.
fan of people fighting
Don't do
each
it
other.
bad.
One thing people need to understand about this game is
would you
all
kill
about
Irden?
rolling good.
I rolled a 5.
To climb,
Yeah.
you climb.
That's
Neutral,
enough,
but
yeah.
Oh, I did?
Yeah, you realize like claws. Don't claw the thing I'm climbing. Go.
Use-
And then
Hands.
yeah, you manage
Grasp.
Soft touch.
you manage not to claw the vines and you make it to the top just barely.
Your first instinct is always just to scratch. And,
Attack the vine.
yeah. I need to defeat this vine.
It is her best feature.
You're not.
Okay, so and then Vuka needs
Go away
to
from
jump from jumping from the top of the wall.
Okay.
Acrobatics.
I'm scared. The fuck? All of these are dead. Two, 4.
Okay, so you kind of like measure the distance and like try to get your body to arc the right way. As you push off, it's like you realize, oh, that didn't go right, and you actually face plant.
Am I
Right
too
on the
far-
ground.
Am I too far away to try catch her?
That's what I was gonna ask.
It makes a lot of sense that Bernard would have known that she would have been coming over and has moved closer to be able to, you know,
I'm
catch her.
coming, my love!
So
Stop stealing my fucking voice!
It's so much fun to make fun of you.
Yeah, but when I'm about to say the literal thing you just did.
you can do it better though because you're the original.
No. Fan poll.
Oh, it was almost a crit.
Who's the better
Yeah.
What am I rolling?
Quick poll for our viewers.
Acrobatics.
Who's better at the Bernard voice?
15.
Yeah, so you see that she's kind of botched the dive, and it's becoming a dive.
Yep.
And you are able to cruise up, post up for like football catch, and
Completely
solid
miss.
landing. Like you catch her, she's good.
I feel like he has to roll for that.
Hi, Vuka.
He did roll.
Okay. I didn't hear that.
So, are you just like chilling in his arms, or what's?
No, I just.
Okay.
Like a cat in a bag. Just,
Which is
The
how
way they
you
show
came into
affectionate
this.
goblin
That's how you
is
got
very
it.
odd and strange to me, but
Okay,
that's
so
fine.
such a fascinating culture.
I will kill you. I will find the spells and kill your character, and I will kill you.
okay.
Hold on.
Okay, hold on.
I'm fire resistant, bitch.
Okay, hold on.
steal that
I'm
from
gonna make a
him.
check because it's kind of hard to get it out of them. Okay, 18, and if I don't know, I guess I'm doing an insight check.
one
So
check.
17 on if like putting 2 and 2 together.
Yeah, you get
Bernard's stick. Okay, I'm gonna go take the stick.
Thank you.
it. Okay.
You are.
Do you?
I'm just gonna walk up and grab it out of his hand.
No,
Like,
you're not.
grab him and then grab it out.
Okay, so this is gonna be a sleight of hand contest.
I think
Sleight
it's
of hand
strength.
contest.
Isn't it a
That's
grapple?
it. I'm not
Come on,
trying to hide it. I'm just
Taking
trying to
something
grab
from
it.
a 12-year-old.
This is
So,
strength.
well, okay, so you can choose strength.
Okay.
Like
So-
taking a wand from a prepubescent
Hey,
boy.
It's gonna be strength
Nice.
versus dexterity, because you can like try to pull
Yeah,
away.
wave it away.
Sure.
Actually, give me a perception on him.
Me or
Bernard.
Cocked. That's not good. 11.
Yeah, you can see him coming over, like eyes on your stick, and
You realize I'm 12, right? It's illegal to look at my stick like that.
I'm 3.
and he goes to grab it. So
I run away.
I need you to make a. I suppose it's a dex save, and just make an attack.
21. Oh, an attack?
Yeah, it's.
Oh, 21. I rolled a 16, so I got +5 strength and attack.
Sorry, so 21, and what was your dex save?
7.
7. Okay, yeah, so you just like rip
You're
it out of
dead.
his hand, and you have it.
Cool.
I do actually feel like a jerk, but it's kind of funny. Wait, you took my stick?
Yeah, I took your stick.
I cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter on you. You need to make a wisdom saving throw.
Shit, I suck at wisdom.
Yeah.
saving
Yeah, you do.
throws. Oh, 2.
You are in an uncontrollable fit of laughter and prone on the ground, and I take my fucking stick back! Fucking bitch!
Do I have...
Hit him?
If I was...
No, I can't, like... I can't just...
Second episode already PvP.
I can't just, like, beat this child. Like, I need...
Why not?
I'm gonna try to calm them down.
He
Wait,
murdered
I have a
somebody.
stick and I'm laughing uncontrollably, right? I
You didn't
assume
do it
that
on
I'm
purpose,
clenched.
though. Like,
You
I
can
mean-
get it out of my hand?
Without, well,
I feel like you'd be at disadvantage for, like,
give
a
me a
contest.
second. Can you read the spell, actually? Do you have
A
it
creature
up?
of your choice you can see within range perceives everything as hilariously funny and falls into fits of laughter until the spell ends. The target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or fall prone, becoming incapacitated and unable to stand up for the duration. A creature with an intelligence score of 4 or less is not affected. At the end of
Yo,
each
it's
of
your
its
No,
turn.
that's good.
We're all like,
my modifier is -6.
It's actually...
His brain is made of
Yeah,
rocks.
so you can't take actions or reactions.
And he's
Okay, so I'm
incapacitated.
So based on that, like your hands are going to be kind of limp, and he'll be able to take it from
Okay, fine.
Alright, I just let you laugh it off
Alright.
for a minute.
you.
No.
He would technically make
Yeah, you can
saves
save 10
every
times.
6 seconds.
I'm actually gonna...
16. I'll probably say.
So yeah,
Yeah.
you
I'm
save out
gonna
of it.
come over and be like, "Look, gentlemen, please."
Do you still have her corpse tied to you?
Yes.
Yeah, do I have like a time limit?
You don't know because you're dead.
There are
You're good right now.
much,
You're okay.
much larger things at stake than this wand, although I do not like leaving it with Bernard.
you stupid piece of shit, look at me. Our friend is dead because of you.
Technically I'm dead because of Scarecrow.
Put it in your
but-
pocket, don't wave
okay,
it around.
Okay,
Just take it away.
Stop attacking each other.
Attack him, I just took the wand.
Let's go.
He'll take it
I don't
back.
Like when you yell
Let's
at me.
go.
Okay, Mom. Davuka.
I like Mom.
I mean, honey.
It just keeps getting wrong on more levels
Yeah.
every episode.
Thanks for watching Dungeons and Dank Memes. Hope you enjoyed the show. If you did, tell your friends, tell your mom. Unless your mom thinks that Dungeons and Dragons is demon worship, then don't tell your mom. But anyway, hope you enjoyed. Hope you come with us next time.